Hi everybody, Ed Diaz from Roland here. I'm here at Samash and we're going to go through the Roland FA-06, FA-08 music workstation. First off, let's talk about some of the basic functionalities of this. Of course, we have some great sounds from PCM to supernatural acoustic, synth, and also drums. We have a sound modifier section which actually goes 4 banks deep that allows us to do things such as cut off resonance, EQing, assignable section, compressor tone, all this fun stuff here. Also, we have an ARP rhythm section, a sequencer section, and also sampler. Also, the FA-06 has the ability to work as an audio interface with your computer, Mac or PC, and then also we have the ability to go ahead and export our sequences out as audio stems, and at that point you can use any DAW. So without further ado, let's get in a little bit deeper to each of these sections. So let's get into the sounds. So like I said before, there are 4 sections of sounds: PCM waveform, supernatural drums, supernatural acoustic, and supernatural synth. So let's take a look at the PCMs first. When we talk about PCMs, there's certain old school sounds that we have to keep in our keyboards, and this keyboard is based off of the Integra 7 supernatural sound engine, which has all of our collections from our PCM sounds of yesteryear to our most recent supernatural sounds. So, for example, we got the chance to choose some of our favorite old school PCM, and here's just a couple just so you can see. This one is preset 11, West Coast. Now here's another one, and these PCM sounds, there's certain ones that we're just going to love. You know, they obviously don't sound supernatural, or they don't sound like, you know, analog synthesis. They just got that sound from the 80s or the early 90s that we just grown to love. Here's another one that's great called number 9, MIDI Grand. Check this out. I'm going to drop it down 1 octave real quick so we can get a little bit of the bass. So. So those 2 sounds are just a small taste of some of the old school PCM sounds that are included inside the FA-06. Now let's take a look at some of the supernatural drums that are offered in the FA. So very easy, I'll choose my drum section right here, and I'm going to use this power session right here. Let's take a listen to it. Now that sounds pretty good. Now what would happen in the old days of some of the keyboards when we're using PCM sounds exclusively is if we wanted to change some of the articulations and how this drum sound, we'd have to go in and physically find that waveform of that sample waveform. For instance, if I wanted to go in and change the attack of that bass drum, I'd have to go in and find a waveform that has less of an attack. But check it out, it's very easy in the FA. Hold down the shift button, touch tone edit right here, and we get into the edit screen, the tone edit screen. Now notice, whatever key I press, it's going to change what instrument on the drum I am editing. So we're in the studio kick. I want to adjust the attack so it doesn't hit so hard. I'm going to use my cursor buttons, cursor over to attack, and now very quickly, using my dial wheel, I am going to turn down the attack on that drum. More of a thud than a straight up attack. Maybe I'll go into the tuning and make a lower tuning. Now in the snare drum, maybe I want to have it where it's a higher tuning. Now I'll go to the brilliance and adjust it from sounding more of like a wood snare to maybe a more metal snare. Really have it cut. Now let's do one more. Maybe I'll take this 16-inch crash, cursor over to my tune, and I'm going to turn it into a splash. Now check it out. Very quick, very easy. And if I really liked what I did on this drums, Very easy to save. Just go over to my right button, go ahead and select, cursor down to the tone, and I'll go ahead and select to save that, and I can rename that kit whatever I want just by using the dial wheel and moving over. Doesn't matter. Now, great thing about this is in the old days of keyboards, you could actually overwrite presets, but you can't do that on the FA. When you write something, it goes to a user, so please feel free to go in there and explore the sounds and adjust them as you see fit.